so much, Mr. Punnai, again. So just to start off with, you've been a veteran in the industry. Possibly, coming back to the fundamentals, can you tell us, how you've been leveraging technology, more importantly, CRM, as part of, the auto world that we are? And what does, auto, holds for us in the future?
Yeah, before actually going into the CRM's role to be played in auto industry, I want to give a brief about my organization. To the friends here, I want to introduce myself as Punnaivanam, who is supporting both the product quality and the after-sales functions. So, in the company called Greaves Electric Mobility, we fondly say GEM. So, GEM is part of a big group company called Greaves Cotton Limited, which has a lineage of more than 160 plus years in India. So why we have to go for such a Salesforce activity is that we have been selling monthly on an average of 5,000 plus vehicles of late, and overall we have put in more than 200,000 scooters. So we make electric two-wheelers, and also we are soon going to launch electric three-wheeler. So in the electric two-wheeler segment, we have got 330 plus dealers and more than 400 plus touch points. So we have sold till now more than 200,000 vehicles which are plying on the road. The monthly, approximately 40,000 customers come back to the network for preventive maintenance. All of them are being done in little, different portals. The service history is in one of the portals. The warranty claim is in another portal. And the spare parts ordering is in another portal. So we have got digitalized activity, but in various tables. So we needed to go for a consolidated technology. So CRM is one way that we have to know. Now, the operation is getting, little complex. People are working, we are as an OEM, and we have got field engineers. Diagnostics should happen. Customer solution has to happen. People are logging on to social media whenever they are not happy with the brand, on whether it is a technical quality or a little, lagness in the after-sales service quality. So people are reaching up to them. So without a 360-degree, proper management, the expectation of the customers to provide them a good customer experience, we need to go for a technology-based tool like CRM of Salesforce.
Got it. So I think customer experience, it's at the peak of, what you do. Walk us through, what was your thought process? We all often beat our own drums, talk about, all the technical advancement. But from an outside-in perspective, what was your thought process on, why you looked at Salesforce, or why you chose, Salesforce as a solution for this?
Why Salesforce? Yeah, so as I was saying, now we are an emerging company. Our business transactions are growing up in volumes. So my earlier colleague from TVS was talking about network that is with 5,000 dealers, right? We are also growing up now. We are 330 plus. So as I just said, we were looking for a integrated dealer management system. So we were exploring with various partners. But why Salesforce is one important thing that I observed was I had in the previous company, Hyundai Motor India, I had an opportunity to explore the CRM project from Salesforce. So I had a little understanding about the capability of Salesforce on its whole. And if I have to list many reasons, for example, while we were exploring various partners, why Salesforce was because of the reputed experience that they have, renowned experience they have. Starting from US or Europe, their volume and variety of experience will help the Indian OEMs. A. B, we also know that Salesforce over a period of time have got many intermediaries, right? So the community is becoming bigger. So we found a good partner who will be implementing partner in Dealermatics who can convert, customize the Salesforce might to our GEM's expectation, right? So the customization is very good in Salesforce. And as I talked about the scalability, we are now growing up. So we are talking about 330 and 40,000 transactions in after sales, 3,000 spare parts orders, and 5,000 to 6,000 sales orders. So the transactions can be scaled up with your cloud support. we can also grow our volume, and the scalability is wonderful in Salesforce adoption. So after that, the convenience, right? As our friends talked about, we can also use cloud-based operation anywhere. Our field team is always on the move. Over the mobile connectivity, the guys can, review, process. The dealer staff, dealer owner, dealer partner can access to the Salesforce over the, mobile connectivity just with the internet connection. So cloud plus the mobile convenience and scalability. These and the big, popular, renowned partner with huge experience. These are what I can sum up as to why we went for Salesforce. Though it is little affordability wise, it is bigger, but okay. But quality and expectation of service and their enrichment, all is the top priority for Greaves Electric Mobility.
Awesome, awesome. So I think we looked at how technology or CRM is of importance. You spoke about what was your thought process of Salesforce. Once you made that decision of going with Salesforce, how did you ensure a successful adoption of that? Because there are multiple stakeholders in the whole bargain, right? You spoke about partners, but within your organization, there would be sales, there would be service, there would be dealers, who would be. So how did you go about, ensuring a successful adoption of, the decisions that you've made?
You rightly said, as a CXO, our CEO and top management have chosen, but the entire success will depend upon how the users and the internal departments all work well. So what we did was, from each of the functions, starting from sales and service and marketing, we decided, one spoke will, work with all the requirements. Now, we also wanted to ensure that guy is probably, well industry experience, so that the purpose of this Salesforce is to give the better experience, and the engagement should be top class. We are an emerging company. As of now, we are, fifth in the country, and our market share is ranging around, don't say that I'm doing some company pitching here. I mean, the expectation is very high, right? To go from 6% market share to more than, everybody is aspiring to grow, and big partners are there, big OEMs are there. So the engagement with the customer should be with top class experience. So the sparks from sales, service, and marketing were selected, wisely, and their requirements were well discussed. And we also engaged few rounds of our dealers, because they are the actual people who are going to use this dealer management system. Sometimes we launch many products. If the dealer is not happy with the, the cloud management system, or, in Sales Cloud or whatever we say, if they don't adopt, somebody was talking about, AI resolution is all about a customer revolution, not resolution. AI revolution is all about customer revolution, data revolution. If we don't have proper data, and if our dealers have some resistance to use the dealer management system, which we have all invested, so the dealer partner also should be educated properly. So we selected good sparks from all this thing. And now we made a, very well narrated scope document. What is the expectation from the sales team, service team? Now, amongst their implementation, and thankfully to all the friends here, I want to just announce that today we are starting the UAT with Salesforce at 4 dealerships. So it's a very auspicious day for me, yeah. Being part of GEM. So when the collaboration is not there, now I will decide, I will narrate that collaboration goes by 2 things. One is mandatory. The sales guy needs to get a few jobs done from the service system. Similarly, the marketing guy needs some process that has to be implemented in the service system. So it is interlocked. So they have no option. For example, guys who are buying a new vehicle, the dealer has to do a pre-delivery inspection. Thoda boring hoga, but kindly bear with me as to why I'm talking about good, collaboration. The sales team wants on Dhanteres, car has to be delivered or the bike should be delivered. Customer is waiting. But the service guy will ensure that it is properly inspected and the document in the system, in the Salesforce, should be entered. Then only the sales invoice can be produced. So there is a lock, little irritation, but that is the data revolution that will help us in future analytics and intelligence. So it is process-centric. Similarly, the marketing guy would like to ask Punnai, who are our happy customers. So we have got all the data, customers who are extremely happy, somewhat happy, some are not happy with some, So all these are there. Now, if they want to do a referral program, why will they just use all the data? They have to pick and choose the customers who are already very happy with my brand and the experience. So each one of them is, process locked. So we have made such a system in my development of the, dealer management system. Thanks to your Salesforce team also have adopted that checks and balances. This is about the process centric.
Right.
Now the performance also is interlinked, right? For all the guys here, sales will also depend upon referral from existing customers. Every time they cannot bring fresh inquiries and fresh customers, right? So today I'm selling Magnus. Many of the Magnus customers are now converting into primers based on the experience they have in Greaves Electric Mobility in the Ampere brand. So we need to find happy customers, give the data, and the existing customers also love to, not only refer, but they also love to upgrade. So that intent to upgrade also has to come from the existing customers. So collaboration is mandatory.
Right.
Sales has to depend on service, service has to depend on marketing, and all the three are, and to make them effectively working, we made the Spox. They are building a training curriculum now. They will be organizing a training program, not only for themselves, their team members, also to my dealer partners. It is not going to be easy to launch on day one to all the 330 dealers. So we need to identify the top performers who have used the Salesforce and, improved in their business volumes and revenue. Then we have to showcase them. So it's a long process, but the day has started today. With the UAT, we are going to launch probably in the month of New Year, in the month of January. Then in the collaboration and the entire, plan is all prepared for a successful launch to extract as much from the Salesforce.
Great, great. So I guess collaboration is the key to ensure, most of, these technical or technology decisions that you've taken. Right. Talk of the town, right? You must have probably heard everyone speak about AI. How can you tell us how are you leveraging AI, and what are the different use cases that you see are more relevant that are coming up in your industry?
Two things. One is, before talking about AI, all of us are really wanting to use AI to get whatever we wanted. But during my school days, I just want to crack a joke here.
Sure.
What AI should not do also should be very clear to all of us as leaders, right? So there was a guy who was researching frog. I'll take a minute only, 60 seconds. So he took the frog and as part of his research, he cut one of the four legs. He said to the frog, jump. So with little difficulty, the frog jumped. Then picked up the frog again. He cut the second leg also. He said to the frog, jump. With lot of difficulties, it jumped. Then he cut the third leg also. Then he said, jump, and with lot of difficulties, it jumped again. Then he cut the fourth one. He said, jump, he did not jump. So the guy made the conclusive remark, like intelligence. He said, when you cut all the four legs of a frog, the frog loses its ability to listen. Right? So, AI say, dar bhi hai mere ko. So, kya nahi hona chahiye should not be there, right? So, now, in my experience, and I can tell this audience, they're all learned audience, many of them are CIOs, and what AI can do, that capability is huge. I'm going to talk about, like prior to AI, people are talking about machine learning based on big data. So, in my experience in the previous organization, we were talking about retaining the customers for a longer period within the service network. It is important for the OEM. We were making cars, now we are making, two-wheelers. Now it is very, very important to retain the old customers because they are billboards for the OEM. So we had a target of, in a 7 years ownership of the vehicle, if he had sold 100 vehicles, 75 were coming back to our authorized network. So that retention of the customer was very, very important by offering the top-class service experience, offering them, very low maintenance cost, ownership cost, etc., etc., etc. But we also needed to adopt, this capability of data analytics to identify. Now, in the previous organization, at any point of time, we used to work on 3.5 million customers. So as a technology, I gave my tool to my IT guy and said, let's, to provide personalized individual services, the easy expectation from a customer. Practically, we are trying to communicate with, Salesforce might to have, omni-channel communication using WhatsApp, SMS, email, calling, all will happen. But there should not be bombarding. There should not be bombarding. There is a fatigue management also. I think I heard in my previous organization, Einstein can also have a fatigue management, also give us a, efficiency management of various campaigns that we run through. In the overdoing of that, we should not do a, wrong. In the efficiency management, we will come to know campaigns are not working to the way we are expecting them to work. So what we thought was we handed over the data to, Singapore-based organization. We said there are variety of customers who are extremely happy with the brand, who are not happy. So we segmented 5 segments of customers. One is we just remind them, dear my customer, your vehicle is due for maintenance. Come and visit our workshop. Customer will come. Level 1, level 2, level 5, that customers are not so happy. During the warranty period, they had some warranty issues, or during their ownership period, the service cost was very high, or the quality of service was not good. They were shouting, they wrote in the social media. All that were written. So the CLV was broken into 5 segments. Believe me, when we launched this intelligent targeting system as part of the service reminder call, every customer care executive from the dealer networks used to focus on A category customer because they are low-hanging fruits, right? If you call them, text them, they will come back to the service network. And they will be giving these tough customers to a very, very experienced customer care executive. So in the automobile dealership, generally what executives call is standard message. Sir, aapki gaadi ka service due ho gaya, aap kab aoge? It's a standard message. But we educate our dealer partners that there are 5 segments of customers. Offers should be designed according to the customers we have basketed now. So to the 4th and 5th, they will call the customer knowing that the customer is not that happy. He had some issues with the dealership, maybe some issue with the product, some technical snag. And I need to talk to them very cautiously. Offer them a discount, or offer them a door delivery support, or pick and drop facility. So many things are there. So we can pick and choose using this, data analytics and machine learning. So A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D will keep constantly happening. That is what we introduced, and the dealers who adopted this intelligent targeting system could increase their service revenue by 16% by targeting correct to the customers, right? Compared to the guys who are just waiting and watch. So that is one experience that I can share. Now, the other one is now, as I said, my sales colleague will be looking at service mein kya hota hai? What are you doing? My referral sales should increase. My repeat sales should increase. That is the expectation from a sales guy. So what we did is in the organization that we are going to do here also. Here we are just a 2.5 years old organization. All vehicles are under warranty. Maybe after 3-4 years, I will have to use this using Salesforce. What we did was, customers in a particular, entry segment vehicle, after 6 years, they were upgrading to the second upgradation. For example, Santro, they were upgrading to the new vehicle after 6 years on average. Whereas a Grand i10 customer was upgrading after 4 years. So all these logics using the current purchase data and the service data we integrated. So when a Santro customers reports to the network, around 5.5 years, we used to request the service advisor to pitch in, sir, aap agli gaadi kab lene wale ho, or what is your, what is in your mind? Are you going for a Creta or, So that sort of intelligence we put. So intent to repurchase was created from the service team. The queries were, passed on to the sales team. So that is how we are going to use artificial intelligence. I'll be very humble that I can say but we are working with one agency in Bengaluru as to how to use technology to hand, all the optical instrument, etc., to check the electric vehicle battery thoroughly. That we are working on. Maybe in the next conference, I will share that experience. So service, experience, all depending upon a lot of intelligence and data management. So I think maybe in the next, I'll add on AI experience also.
Absolutely. And we look forward to the next session when we hear, a lot more stories. So I guess, that was, pretty helpful. We looked at how, service is going to become the new sales and how you're able to leverage, this cross-functional team across. I think thank you so much, Mr. Punnai, for making time.
Thank you, Tanmay. Thank
so,
you very much. Thank you all for the patient hearing. Thank you.
Back to you, Sonali.